Oh, right. So here we go. 9:21 a.m., June 27th, 2025. That biological weapon is back. It's a Russian manufactured biological weapon. It's generally used by white ones from Russia, okay? It's accessible. Vladimir Putin, as of the last time it was used, was the one that sent his white ones to use it. So unless something's drastically changed, he still has access to that and it's back. So however it stayed here or whatever's going on with that, I just got poisoned again with it. It's so strong and so awful. I had to get back and wash off. I hate to say these personal things, but to get it through how lethal this crap they constantly use on a daily basis is, whether it is a biological chemical weapon of mass destruction or whether it is a chemical weapon of mass destruction. I know I mumble my words. Thanks so much for leaving me to sit through this day in and day out. You would end up with speech impediment just like I do. Because of these poisons, I have lost my hair and my skin is a wreck. My face is swollen like a football, the glands. I do have physical sufferings. The difference between me and these other individuals is that I go to the diarrhea, I almost puke. I sweat it out, I detox it out in various ways. I urinate, I pee it out. It's very interesting. We'll talk this another day. That's the concrete difference. Otherwise, when I survive it, clearly, okay, but otherwise I do suffer much from these things, pain, so on and so forth. But this is what happened. It was so strong, that biological weapon, I had seconds, right? And I'm running, okay? It was clear. Go ahead, go to the bathroom. Try not to talk out there, but you're so freaked out if you're me and you're so fucking sick of this. I tried not to say things, but because I went out there at that point in time, at the time just stated, so let's repeat, it's 9:23 a.m. There is a stinking, rotting, dead body in my bathroom out of nowhere all of a sudden. It is stench level 4 out of 1 through 5. Now 5 is the max, but when we turn this place into a city morgue and we're dealing with multiple corpses, mass graveyard, that is when I go beyond 1 through 5 and we start doing the stench radar of 1 through 10. So I go out there and I'm like, oh my God, there's a dead body in my bathroom and I'm being poisoned and I'm just doing nothing but racing to the toilet. That's the two things, that's it. I was even fucking thinking, okay? Besides that, I was safe to be out there, but not that safe because I'm supposed to be really quiet, but I didn't really succeed at that because I exclaimed out loud, oh my God, there's another dead body in my bathroom, because there's nothing worse than these dead bodies appearing out of nowhere. It's such a fucking horrendous stench. And then these fucking creeps cut them up and often eat it. Okay? So right before all this happened, the construction men came back. And they're in one of those backyards of 1505, 1503. It's where I heard them, quote unquote, setting up work again. Okay? And then when I went out there just now after being poisoned, while I was gushing diarrhea out of my body, I heard more of the muffled knocking going on the structure of my property coming from downstairs, where I strongly could identify as the direction of the property right next door to 1509, that being 1511. And this is the muffled knocking. So this is good enough in pattern and in muffled copy that I can describe for the camera of what it was like. It was not light, it was fierce and all encompassing. on an entire structure of a fucking house, coming from down, etc., etc. I'm done with this. I will never forget this. We can describe and do this better later. And I'm trying to be quiet out there as I'm gushing out poison and this dead body and breathing through my mouth again. And I'm hearing this boom, 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 boom. It's a person clearly knocking again on the fucking nuts here. There's bioweapons, dead bodies. I can't believe this shit. And they're still completely obsessed with anything I do on social media. I have 23 cents in my account. And when they're not doing this kind of violence, indescribable terror and violence, they're pulling down their reproductive organs, their pants, they're pulling down their pants, they're showing their reproductive organs, or they're pulling up their skirts, they're pulling off their undergarments, they're showing the reproductive organs, they're pulling up their shirts, they're taking off their shirts to show their reproductive organs to cameras, to TV cameras, to strangers in the public. As long as it's another human, it doesn't matter. They like to show their reproductive organs to children, anyone out there. Then when they're done doing that and they have money, they all have what you call money. I have literally 23 cents. I don't know what they're fucking focusing on me for. I don't speak to one of them. They're all out there talking to each other, showing the reproductive organs to one another, eating, mating, and killing, and then they boom, boom, coming knocking on the walls and crawling in the holes. Poisons. God, I'm asking God why the obsession with my fucking social media. I obviously it's perceived as this pest that they are, as some kind of threat. But what threat really, okay? And Jesus did that on purpose. He said he made a girl on purpose. What fucking threat? Okay, so I'm going to shout about this. It's not time. Maybe I'm missing something here. I have plenty of time by myself to analyze this when I can, when there's no poison, pounding, crawling, tear.